Good evening, welcome to the channel. So we've got our 1960, or actually 1959 Lincoln Premier. Apparently this car is a late 59 and was actually titled as a 1960. This is the car that we bought at the farm auction in Montana, and cleanup now begins. I can get way back here and I can still smell mouse pee like there's a mouse peeing on my head right now. It's that bad. And you can see we've got major mouse villa in here. We've had the doors open on it, airing it out. Amy's going to start vacuuming, wearing a mask of course, and cleaning it up, start to detail the interior. I'm going to be on the lookout for a brake booster for it. Anybody has any leads, please drop me a note down below. The dash is still in pretty good shape. I was trying to find some documentation on mileage. We did get a key for the glove box and trunk. Major mouse villa in there too. I was hoping there maybe be some paperwork in there, but I don't think there's any chance of it. These little knobs here. Move the vents. Pretty cool. Like the Lincoln script there. Premier. I am missing a visor over here. Gonna have to source one of those. No idea if the power windows are gonna work in this car, but I'm gonna leave that open so we can get that cleaned out. I'll just leave this key here where I found it so we don't lose it. The trunk cylinder is missing, so we'll have to source one of those. I mean, the features on this car are just, this is actually a tunnel right here. You can see where it goes into the door and flows back to where your rear seat passengers can access it and control the ventilation. That one probably needs a little work, it looks like, but yeah, so quite a bit of work on the detailing to do here. Have to find some better tires that'll hold air. So one cool thing, this is the only tag that I could find that's still legible, but this car has 86,133 miles on it now. This appears to be from February 25th of, I believe that's 1972, and it's at 84,866 on the mileage. So it was only driven less than 1,500 miles after that, or right about there, after 72, and then parked. It's been parked indoors in a barn. The barn definitely, or shed, or whatever it was, definitely had critters, but that's the closest thing we can find to a timeline paperwork-wise in this car. It seems to be probably sometime in the early 70s that this car was parked. Oh my gosh. Penetrates right through that mask, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It's the eyes water.
Oh, look at that pile. That is some major nestage. Must be why it feels like there's no stuffing in the seats. You can see they did get into the back panel there. That's okay. It's a really dry, rust-free car, and that's what matters.
Okay, time to get this mouse house out of here and then vacuum the floor. Okay, time to get the battery hold down out of here. Put it under the hood where it belongs. spray some deodorizer on the floor. Close that up for the night. Or not. Spray some more deodorizer in here. Okay, so last night I got the main part of the gunk out of here, and I'm going to do a little more deep clean before I do a wet vac in here. So I'll be starting over here and working my way around. So I got some of the original color here. Light blue. Okay, I was going to take the siding off to let it get to the corners here, but it looks like I need to use a screwdriver, so let me go get one of those. Okay, now that I got that done, or somewhat done, I'm going to spray some deodorizer in there and then do a preliminary clean on the outside while that soaks in. And then some other day I'm going to do the steam cleaning. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to wash her up. So these cars are very large and I don't feel like drying them with the towel, so I'm going to try something here. So with the use of the leaf blower, this one towel dried that whole car, and it's still dry enough to dry the other car, so I'm going to do that now. Well, I think it's clean, but it's too dark outside to see, so we'll have to check it tomorrow. This one is also cleaned. But you can see, because it is wet, it looks nice and shiny. Okay, I'm with the Lincoln again. I got it washed last night. Came out pretty good on the clean. There are some deeper specks around here. Some of this might come off. A lot of it is into the metal of the car. Well, not a lot of it, but some of it. But right there is definitely into the car itself. But the spots down here, if they'll focus, black spots, those should come out. I just don't want to scrub them too hard. What I'm working on today is the chrome. What I'm going to try, this stuff here, my mom uses this around the house for silver polishing, and she also has a brass one. So I'm going to use this. You rub it on and then rinse it off and rub it dry. So I will see how it comes out. If you look here, it's pretty pitted right there. This has been cleaned a couple times with regular soap. So I'm going to try and get this polished out and see how it comes out. Too much. This actually smells pretty good. A lot of the ones I was reading about online apparently smell really bad. This one, gentler on hands too. part's actually chrome. This part is, so. Not all of it is coming off with the water, but should buff in with the towel. So I'm actually going to buff it in with a glass rag. You can see my reflection. That's a good sign. I didn't get the bottom part there of the bumper because I just wanted to see the difference that the polish made. There's still some discoloration left on this from before I cleaned it. So you can see, definitely see the reflection there now. The part that I didn't get down there is not as shiny, so it does make a difference. Over here, this spot that looked all scratched up looks way better. So I think I will give this a little bit of time to make sure it remains the same, and then I'll probably do all the chrome Okay. Thank you. Bye. Okay. Okay, now I got it all shined up on the bumper, front and rear. So you can kind of see the sunset here. See it right there. And on the front side, I'll go around the other way. You definitely see the clouds here. There are still some scratches that you can see, but not as noticeably. I also did the lenses around the headlight lenses. And on the side here. And I will do the side trim at a later time because I don't want to get the car wet again until I clean it again. Okay, for now we are all set, and you can see a view of the sunset in the car there, and then the sunset here, or at least the clouds from the sunset. Hello. So today we have a new product to try. There's all these little rust spots on the car. I'm going to test it in a little area down here to see if we can get this rust off the outside of the paint. It is just surface rust. It's not actually into the paint in most places. So I'm just going to test it down here because this is where the side skirt goes. And I'm going to spray it on and wait a few minutes and see how it goes. So I can see it's already turning purple like it should. I'll give it about 5 minutes and see how it does. I think it did get some of it out, but not all of it.
Alright, so Amy's been working hard on getting the interior detailed and getting the outside of the car shined up. She's actually done a pretty magnificent job. Hopefully my sprinklers haven't got to it. Still got to address the wheels. But now we're going to address this engine compartment and get this cleaned out. Lots of rat feces. We have yet to pull the air cleaner off just because we didn't want to do it with all of the infestation going on. So let's get a vacuum, let's get this cleaned up and pull that air cleaner off and take a look at that carburetor. Critters sure poop a lot. Summer is fading and it is getting dark quickly. So let's see what we've got underneath this gargantuan air cleaner, which I think this nut is going to be seized on there. This baby's been in hibernation for a while. Well, it does turn with a little help. This is the first big reveal. Oh, there we go. Okay, the nut is off. Clean inside there. She's definitely a 4-barrel. Now let's pull the rest of it off. I'm probably gonna do a little more vacuuming before I pull that ring out. Try to keep as much of the crud out of the engine as I can. They use a tiny filter for this giant engine. Let's see what's been living inside the air cleaner. See if there's been critters. I love how they have this giant air cleaner and this. Yeah.
That doesn't do anything.
Let's see if you can see in there. Yeah, you can kind of see in there. I see some seeds and some twigs and some bedding, and yeah, they've been living in there. That's not a Motel 6 for rodents. This is like a Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can. Okay. So she's definitely, looks like a Carter type carburetor. It's definitely not an Autolite or a Holly. It has the, yep, Carter AFB right there stamped on the back. You can see it right there. You see that's a B9 ME intake, so it is a 59 intake, so they must have made a revision between 58 and 59. But the engine actually looks fairly clean. Now the big kicker is the throttle linkage stuck. And I'm gonna say, yes, the throttle shaft's frozen. So we're gonna have to do a little work there. On the carburetor, okay. Carter Climate Control. Interesting how the fuel pump's on the top of the engine, filter coming right out of it. So, yep, I have never worked on an MEL engine before, so this will be a first. But they're close cousins to the FE, so I think I'm up to the challenge. What's that kind of down there? There's kind of a can here with a... This thing is like a time capsule. I'm guessing that is... I see it's got some writing on it. There's some instructions on the thing. Oh, if you know what that is, drop it in the comments, because I honestly don't know. It's got a couple electrical wires going to it. Well, it seems like it's got a hose coming out of the bottom of it. All right, so let's do the old smoke test. Definitely not the right battery for the car, but that's okay. Okay, and this should be negative here, going to the block. Watch for smoke. Smell for burning. I'm not seeing anything. So far, so good. This battery's not fully charged, but it should be charged enough to find a fault in the electrical system. So let's take a look over here. Let's try opening the door. What, Ames, you want to open the door? Let's try opening the door and see if we get lightage inside. Let's just see if we get a dome light. Oh boy! Look at that.
Oh, there's one up there too.
Oh, did we get one under the... Oh yeah, right there on the side. Looks like there's one on the other side too, but pretty cool. We've got dome lightage. Looks like there's one of those on the other side too, but it might just have a bad bulb or something. Okay, so let's try another. I'm gonna go out the front of the car. If you want to pull the headlight switch out. Okay, lights don't come on. Let me check the tail lights. Go ahead and try it again. So we got dome lightage, but no head or tail lightage.
Wait, it pulls out too.
Oh, does it? Oh. Does it do anything? Does it pull out like 2 clicks or?
1 click.
Just 1 click? Then if you turn it. Oh.
Oh, now it's doing something.
Now you got tail lights. Oh, those look cool.
Oh, got headlights.
Let's see.
It's also making a buzzing noise.
Yeah. Oh, yep. Your upper headlights are on.
And which one is the...
So, well, there she is. There's the 430 cubic inch MEL. That's going to do it for this video on the big Lincoln. Next time you see this car is when we'll attempt to start it. We'll work on addressing that carburetor, Getting a pretty sure this size battery is not made anymore. We'll find something that's close that will fit. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Stick around, and you'll get to hear this baby roar to life.